enjoy.
Absolutely outstanding. Hello and welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I'm a comedian. This podcast is about my life, my wife, my likes and dislikes, hurling, football, movies, sex, drugs and rock and roll without the sex, drugs and rock and roll. There are going to be special guests and always regular contributors, but mostly it's going to be me and my main squeeze, the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I am Cornelius. I am the host of this podcast. I sure it would it's not going to it wouldn't be Alan. You know, Conversations with Cornelius by Alan. It wouldn't make any fucking sense at all. Anyway, this week I have a brand new guest, an absolute brand new human to talk words into this ocular cavity and then into your ocular cavities as well. This guy's amazing. But before we get on to that, I have a few little things to say. First of all, please, if you have not done this already, follow the Fearless Digital Network. That is where this podcast is hosted. They are an unbelievable, brand new network in Cork, and they are getting behind some of the hottest podcasts around there. Please give them a follow, like, share and subscribe and all that jazz. All right, that's the first thing. That's the first bit of business. You have to do the business, guys. If you don't do the business, you'll be on the dole. And there is nothing wrong with being on the dole. I was on the dole myself for a long time. A happy, happy time in my life. If I could go back to the carefree time of being on the dole with no wife and kids, sign me fucking up. Sign me up. Where do I go to get back to that? Does anybody know? No one fucking knows. I'm on tour all over the country. Check my website, CorneliusPatrickO'Sullivan.com. There are new dates going up the whole time on that. Please just do that. Go and come and see me live. And then afterwards, come up and say hello, and I'll say hello back. And then we'll say, oh, Jesus, remember that time we met at that gig in Turnafalla? You know, that's the way that works. I've plantar fasciitis. Have you ever heard of that? I don't even think I'm fucking pronouncing it right. I have it, and it is an absolute bollocks on my foot, on my feet. I couldn't go to Bernard Casey's stag a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't walk. I couldn't fucking walk. I had plantar fasciitis, which is something to do with your foot. Like, how am I going to be a stand-up comedian if I can't fucking stand up? It is, yeah, anyway. The knee is clicking. The knee is fucking clicking as well on the other fucking leg. Do you know what I mean? Right. I come to the Cocoa Club as well. I'm in the Cocoa Club all weekend. Come along, come in and see you there. Like, share and subscribe, that, all that kind of jazz. The Patreon, I have to shout that out. Do you know what I mean? I'm breaking my bollocks every week talking to the wife on the Patreon. The people that are listening to it are sending me messages saying, that was the most amazing episode. You should be charging quadruple. And I'm like, no, you're just getting it for a $5. That's it. That's the price of it. I'm not going to increase that price, even though they all want me to do it. So you should sign up. Okay, are you ready for this week's guest? Okay, I take that as a yes. This week's guest is a brand new embryo in Conversations with Cornelius, the podcast by Darren. Was it Darren? I can't remember. A professional singer, songwriter from Cork's North Side. Now listen to this, because I had to read this twice last night when I was doing the preparation for this. 2 Grammy nominations. Not granny, we're talking Grammy with M's. Not gummy, Grammy. 2 of them, right? Recipient of Folk Album of the Year in 2017, and then a 3rd Grammy nomination. 3 is a magic number, ladies and gentlemen. This gentleman has 3 Grammy nominations. The last one coming in 2023 for his song Breathe Easily. I think it goes a bit like that. Described in the press as the last of a dying breed. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can you welcome to the stage your friend and mine, Mr. Myles Gaffney. And the crowd go wild. How's the farm, boy?
Hi, kid. How's the farm?
Yeah, the farm's good now. How's the farm with you? What's the crack?
Whoever wrote that is good.
Yeah, well, yeah. I
thought when he was saying two Grammys, and then I wanted to go.
Yeah. I say I could,
after forgetting one.
Do you think I'd forget that? That's a fucking huge thing. Grammys. I'm going to talk to you about Grammys in a minute. But I'm kind of interested in what did you have like this morning now, right, for your breakfast?
This morning I got up and I had a cup of tea, and that was it then for about 3 hours, and then I had an apple, a banana, and 2 oranges.
What the fuck?
And that was it.
What fucking diet is that?
What?
Is that a regular diet, which is it?
That's every day. I just sticks to the fruit until about 12:30, 1 o'clock every day.
Do you?
Yeah.
Every day?
And on the weekend then I go swimming, and I'd have a breakfast right out of the same Israelis as a treat.
Yeah. Jesus, I suppose.
It's not making no difference.
Well, I don't know, man. You're in fucking good enough old shape there. I don't know if you're watching, lads.
That's what I do, yeah.
You know, Ralph Lauren hoodie this fella has on here. Do you know what I mean? Very stylish. And you're the second fella on this podcast to have an earring. I had a fella that I was talking to on this podcast last weekend who had an earring as well. And I'm like, is it too fucking late for me to get an earring?
I should have done.
Have you give us a look at the chain, the gold chain as well, bye.
All right,
bye. Class.
Fella said to me, actually, out in Torners Cross at the Cork match, he says, at the City game, he said, you're the last of a dying breeding Cork boy, with the earring and the gold chain.
The earring and the gold chain, boy.
The Air Max.
Have you the Air Max on?
I had the Air Max on, boy.
You're fully
the only shoe I ever wore in my life.
You swear by an Air Max.
My old man bought me a pair of Adidas runners, and my toes were bleeding. When I came back,
Air Max or nothing, like
Air Max. My foot is moulded into the Air Max, boy.
Yeah,
can't wear nothing else.
Like, are they designed for? Like, aren't they designed for basketball originally? Like Air Max, isn't it?
No, I was no good at basketball anyway.
Aren't you?
The size of tuppence.
Did you ever play any sports growing up before you got into music?
Yeah.
What you play?
I played soccer most of my life. I played hurling.
What was your club in hurling?
Jesus, there was a club called Castle Rovers, boy. They were out in, based out in Mahon, in Blackrock. Or they folded after a while. There was fellas playing under 16 with beards and red bands and everything. We'll be it all around us.
I have a fictional team called Castle Hooley Rovers. I pretend to be a manager. I do sketches online of it. I'd love to have a challenge match with Castle Rovers back from Mahon. Be some fucking crack. Come here, boy. I'm fucking macking you. Be some laugh.
Would be.
Yeah. Did you play what positions did you play in hurling? Did you play hurling or football or both?
I was playing half forward and football with them as well. I spent a lot of my childhood out in Mahon, like, and so I was down there so much that I just better off playing for teams down there. My cousin was playing for them as well, so that's how I went down there.
Oh, that's nice.
But soccer was the main thing. I played with a New Farm. I was the captain of New Farm as youths, like. And then after we were actually unbeaten for 3 years. A team of young fellas were unbeaten for 3 years.
What position were you playing?
I was midfield.
You were like midfield general, 3 years. You were like the Roy Keane of the fucking...
We won all around us. Martin Leary, God rest him, he only died there a couple of months ago. He was a great man for the young fellas around, because New Farm had much facilities or anything like that. You know, like it was.
Where was that team based?
Knocknaheeny, right in the middle of it.
That's where you're from, isn't it? Knocknaheeny?
No, I'm from Redemption Road, but I live in Knocknaheeny.
Okay, where's Redemption Road?
Neptune Stadium. Northman. Do you know the boring?
I know
out
it.
there?
I don't know it, but I know the area. Like
Farm Forest there.
Did you go to Farm Forest?
No, I went to the Northman.
You went to the Man. Were you in school with Sean Oak? Around that time?
He would have been probably in the school while I was there. Was he? No, he wasn't. I was Satanta and Isaki, like. I know the two boys very well.
Do you?
I know Satanta. He sent me the old text there.
Yeah.
I know the Halpines, but yeah, I'd say Sean Oak was finished up all right by
He's my go, Sean Oak now. That's why I ask. He's my go. How old are you?
I'm 42.
42, but you're in fucking good shape for 42.
42, and that's all the Botox.
26.
What?
I'm 26.
No,
it's all the fast food.
Went on to Grattan United after that. Played with Ringman for a while.
Ringman Rangers.
Went back down to Ringman.
You're the fucking Rangers, is it?
Played down there for Junior B for a good few years, actually. And then I went up to Hillington.
Junior B is in soccer, not in soccer.
They didn't need... Like Ringman, it's a great club, boy. They have
they are a brilliant club. Queeveen Keller came out of
Alan Brown. There was Grimes on it. He went cross water. There was another.
They had a few that they send over there,
yeah. So like they're the senior team, you wouldn't get a glimpse in there.
But they would have a good setup there, though. You'd have like the trickle down economics. We'll say the B's and C teams would be good because the first team is so good and the facilities are there.
The A team would be a sub. I was just better off going down playing with the Junior B team because at least you get a run.
Yeah.
A guaranteed of a run, you know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it down there. And then I went up to Hillington when I got a bit old. They're gone now as well. They were in the eye. Well, my dad was stuck with them. And that was it. That was
you were signed in, was it?
I started playing soccer or started playing music then. And it was like, do you know how am I going to get up in the morning like for the match? So like, something had to give. So I just packed it up. I was getting too old anyway.
When did you retire?
And I said my last game was about 34. It's a 33.
Fuck, you got a good run out of it. What are you talking about? That's a great run. And did you play non-stop like from when you started, is it? Do you know, like from like 19, 20 up to 34?
I played for the Cork U team, right? And this is a fact, right? So he's mad for going out, like.
Or yeah,
you don't give that 5 off. Shy away from the party. And I tell you, I don't waste a minute of my life, like, and but so as a young fella, like, I'd love going out. And
I fucking love it myself.
This is a fact, right? So we're playing Kerry.
The old enemy in soccer.
In soccer, right? And the bus was leaving Merchants Quay. Like, do you know the quay?
Yeah, I know it. Outside
at 7:30 on a Saturday morning, right?
To go down, where are you playing them?
Down in Kerry.
In Kerry.
And so do you know the Moxie Hotel now? And it was a courthouse at one time. But before that was a garden centre that was shut down. This fella was having a rave, like fucking illegal, obviously, like upstairs, right? So I said to the boys, I'll go back for an hour, right? Place is kicking anyway, right? And I was looking out through the curtain at the bus, right? Saying, fuck it, I'll have to go to the match. So I got a taxi up to my own house, right? Threw me boots and put on the Cork tracksuit. Threw me boots and a few bits and pieces into a bag and strolled down by his proudest punch, right? To the bus. And I got to the bus. And a fella called Paul Desmond, right? He was a selector. He just said, where are you going, boy? What do boys like the bees? He said, I'm not coming at all, boy. You get a heart attack on the pitch. And off we went back to the party with the bag of outside ringing the boys up.
That's a fucking great tale, man. That's a great tale. I'll tell you, that tale had happened to me in different ways so many times down through the years until I was about 34, 35 before I kind of copped myself on, like. But so many times similar. That is a brilliant tale, man. That is a great tale. We are going to play a game called Trending Topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. What are you laughing at, man?
The Pavarotti put into it.
You know the concept of this game? There's stuff that's trending. Hashtag, we see what happens. Whatever comes out, comes out. If nothing comes out, we move on. Hashtag, this is trending. Grammys. So I had to fucking put it in, man. Grammys. I gave you your introduction there. 3 Grammys. How does that feel? I know, obviously, they're not the same Grammys now that for the acting, it's for the music and all that kind of stuff. But it's like that's something else, man.
I thought it was a wind-up at the start. I just thought like there's some, like the first 2 kind of came together. The 2 songs were picked up by a record label in San Francisco called, the guy that I know there was Rian. And the guy thought it was a piss take at the start. And then I realised they weren't joking.
I can imagine how you could, like, I mean, your music is class, but if someone said to me, I have a Grammy there for you for comedy, I'd be like, yeah, go away.
Well, my music, my songs are real. Like,
Well, you say my comedy's real as well, man.
I don't write about fiction is what I meant to say,
okay,
right?
all right.
So you're making shit up all the time.
I'm elaborating.
You're liars.
I'm careless with the truth.
But
Flim-flam.
I was kind of like one of those songs is about my mother. Like, I know I don't. Actually, I do mention her name in it. Her name is Kay. And do I? No, I don't. In the original, when I wrote it first, I had her name in it. Then I took it out because it was it was defined to one person. But if I just took it out, everyone could relate, which happened then later on. And then the other one was a song about the mother and baby homes.
Fucking hell.
And like they're two touchy subjects, especially the mother and baby home.
The mother and baby homes is that's heavy.
And like again, like that woman, Joan McDermott is her name, like that gave me that story, because I'll go to her house. If I think you're worth singing about, or you know, I'll say to you, come on, so I'll do it with you, and I'll meet you somewhere. And like she searched for her son like for 45 years all over the world, and he was only up in Kildare, like she didn't know, like, you know. And there were two songs that they're Irish folk songs.
Yeah,
I'd say I would think it was the first time ever Irish folk songs were picked up for something like that, I would think.
So you got the two in 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a great year.
And then, but was it only a couple of years ago you got nominated again? Like fucking, some people dream about being nominated full stop.
You see, you have, like we spoke about a while ago, right? Once you get into, we say a circle, let's call it, or once you open a door, then you're there. And it's all about opening the door, like. And I had the contact then, obviously, to go to. And I remember talking to another musician one time, and he was saying, sure, with your man's contacts now, sure, you could fire 5 or 6 songs a year at him.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Irish folk songs, I write all different type songs.
Yeah.
But he said, if I were you, he said, I wouldn't. I'd wait till I know I have a right good banger of a tune.
Yeah.
And then send it to him.
Yeah.
So that song, Breathe Easy, that's about our niece, Ciara. She died 10 days after giving birth, right, to her son.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Her lungs gave in because she had cystic fibrosis all her life.
Fuck, man.
But she was confident she was going to deliver the Rocco, you know. And so I just wrote that song, Breathe Easy, because that's kind of Breathe Easy is kind of the slogan, let's say, of cystic fibrosis. And like, I have a rough and ready voice, you know what I mean? Like I don't go warming up or nothing. But when I used to be smoking and drinking there, like a load of fags and drinking, go up and sing, no warming up with me, like, you know. And I just felt that it needed to be sang by a woman, female, and it was all different names I had and people I could have rang. And then I was like, no, let's keep it Cork. And sure, like, there's no other than Stephanie Rainey then, because it suited her genre anyway, because she's got a lot of songs like that, like Please Don't Go and all those songs. And I rang her and I just said, look, will you have a listen? And I'm mad for doing things like that, Con. I'd say, I'm going to ring him at 11. I'm going to ring him at 1, you know, and I'd wait till the hang up and then I'd ring. So I rang her at 12 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and 10 past 12 she rang me back. She said, do not give that song to anyone, I'm all over it, I'm doing it. So then we had a few meetings. Brian Glambino, he's a great musician and videographer. He done the video for free. And Rocco's grandmother and his dad and people on our side of the family gave personal footage for the video, and it made it so real and touching because there was nothing fake about it, you know. So they were the three kind of personal little songs, really.
Well, you can see why they'd be picked up then, because we were only talking about this beforehand, about the importance of trying to be your authentic self, being real, you know. People see through veneers all the time, like they'll see through fucking fake, you know, eventually, especially if you're up there singing, you know, and if you're just up there belting out the old fucking classics all the time and not throwing out your own unique voice, your own take on the world, how are you going to stand out from the crowd then? Like, you know, you have to embrace your flaws or embrace your pain, especially in, like, I find it anyway in comedy as well, because my show at the moment is about, like it's a comedy, but there's a narrative. Like it's about my son Harvey, who's autistic, you know, and how it completely changed myself and my wife's idea of what our world was. Obviously, it changed his life, but it's from our perspective of how our life changed. But it's like, and there are like you have to have embellished stuff to make things funny and stuff like that. But ultimately, the narrative is very true, you know. So if you're writing songs like that from personal experiences, where the narrative is from your soul, from the depths of you, I mean, it's no surprise that it's being picked up for Grammys thousands of miles away. And it's a testament to you as well, because it's quite a brave thing to do. Like, it's not like it's easy to go up and sing songs with la 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 at the end of it. And I loved her, she's lovely eyes, la 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 la.
Sing about trees and
do you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't have a go at trees now, by fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? What's wrong with trees? But no, fucking fair play to you. We'll have to move on, man. Hashtag Brexit. Again, like, I mean, this is just trending. Like, Brexit was a couple of years ago, but like, has Brexit do you know anything? Do you want to talk about Brexit?
Brexit, from what I know about it, I mean, I was seen to be doom and gloom when Brexit came out. The UK are leaving the European Union, this, that and the other. I mean, if you ask me, I'm after been in the UK 5 times since Christmas. I was there twice last week in the space of 3 days, 4 days. I think there's nothing wrong. I asked people over there last year as well. They said I can't see any difference. I think trade might be down like 68% or something. You see, I'm up on the politics, but I wouldn't write any of my political views on socials or give them my political views.
Oh, okay. I was just about to ask you, what are your political views there?
It's just...
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing.
But, it's music with me, and, you know, a folk singer, which I would kind of class myself in that category. I'd rather sing about the problems than be a warrior and write that up.
Yeah.
But... Brexit, I can't see, and the people that I know in England and the UK haven't seen any great difference, I wouldn't think.
You were in the UK last weekend. No, you brought it up there. It's you sang to 60,000 people. Is that right?
Yeah, 61 by
61.
Well, half 500. 5,000 of them were away fans, so we'd say 60 and a half.
All right, okay, all right. Tell us, what was that?
So back 2018, was it? Roy Keane arranged the match in memory of Liam Miller below in Páirc Uí Chaoimh, Man United against Celtic, legends, and this is true now. And I was only talking to my old man about it the other day because I brought him to Celtic with me because I knew he'd love it, like, because he's a big soccer man. And I was walking down Grand one night, and the fella called.
Just that sentence, I was walking down Grand. Is it fucking onomatopoeic, like, isn't it? I was walking down Grand. Sorry now.
Put that into a song.
Yeah, it's fucking just
walking down Grand.
It's just fucking lovely, like, isn't it? Sorry, Vines.
So anyway, I was walking down Grand, and I met a fella called Connie Dineen, right? And Connie Dineen is a well-known football referee in Cork soccer. And he said, all right, Gaff. I said, all right, Conor was a fun boy. And he says, come here. Did you see Roy Keane is bringing the 2 teams over for the game below in the park? I said, that's right, yeah. I saw that, Connie. He says, you know what you should do now, boy? Go away and write a song for Liam Miller. And I went into the top of the hill pub, right? Connie was in there. And I passed him, we say, about 2 or 3 hours later. I was coming over to Jackson. All right, Connie. I said, you know what? I'm going to go home and I'll do that. And I did. I went home full of steam, of course, and wrote.
That's how the artists.
That's how we all do.
That's how we work. We cannot work unless we are steamed.
And I got the bones of it together that night.
Yeah.
Just watched clips of Miller when he was playing, all kind of things like that, and interviews. And Michael O'Flynn, the developer.
Yeah.
Like he was instrumental in that too. Well, I worked for Michael and John O'Flynn for years, direct for O'Flynn Construction, you know. And long story short, this fella Kinsella got onto me from TV3 at the time, Virgin, is it? And he said, can we use this song? Because I had emailed it to Michael, or his daughter. I emailed it to Michael Flynn's daughter. She emailed it to whoever. Your man gave me a call. I was like, look, I'll walk away. So he had to fast track a contract down, you see, just to cover themselves, I suppose. So I signed it and fast tracked it back up to them. This is all on 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And then I was told, go down to the park and present myself at the gate, because Christy Dignam, and I had tickets, but Christy Dignam and them were playing a few tunes on the pitch, and they were saying, go out and get a guitar off Billy McGuinness or something and chant it out. And it's down there, and there was people everywhere. And I had no pass or nothing. Imagine going down to the park, we walk together.
How's it going?
Bye. I go and tell you something else in the minute, right?
It's a story, boys. Leave me in there.
You're walking up going, alright.
So spare guitar around it all, is
I'm your man there, they're singing there in a minute. They're all looking at you going, what? Fuck off, man. So my man was going, go on, don't see it. So man, I said, I ain't not going down and look at him. They go awkward bollocks, you know what I mean? I'm not going down to this fella. And I just left it go. But look, it was played on the television. It was aired in 88 different countries and different stations. I was delighted with it.
Brilliant, man.
And you know something? I was more happy for Liam's family, because his brother Bridie is a lady, right? And she texted me on Christmas morning, right? This is true enough. I was peeling a couple of carrots for the dinner, and I was listening to Motley Crue, right?
Yeah.
The Carnival of
Just
Sins
normal
concert,
Christmas morning stuff, yeah.
Delighted by it myself. In the kitchen on my own, and next thing, a text from Brady Miller, thanking me that the song brought so much joy to her heart,
cool, man.
and her family, that she could listen to it, and it gave her joy, a sense of joy, and listening.
And she has that forever,
Yeah, and she said the line that got me, she said, is the line, his soul roams between the goals of Ballincollig and Éire Óg, because they're the two clubs he played for.
Yeah.
And so Celtic were playing tribute to him this weekend, and I got the nod to come over and perform it, the song, before kick-off, just before the ball was kicked off, and they had a tribute then to Liam on the big screens in the stadium, I saw
your story when you were doing the warm-up on it, and I was like, fucking hell, that's 60,000 people. The most I ever performed was in the Marquee last year to 4,000, and I was doing support for Chris, and I was there by. Oh, you were at it, yeah? That was a great gig. That was one of the best live gigs I was ever involved in my whole, if not the best.
Two of you were on fire, by.
Yeah, well, it is I don't want to be on his coattails now, to be honest, but if I'm being totally honest.
I thought you were better than
No way.
Really sees that now.
It's fucking no, but I'm just saying to you, I remember the noise with 4,000 people that night inside in that tent. I can only imagine what 60,000 people, especially with such a tribute. Do you know what I mean? What was it like? What did it feel like?
See, when I was kind of just, everything's coordinated on time.
Yeah.
So there was a running schedule, So, when your man said Myles Gaffney, so your man said, when you hear Myles Gaffney, you go to the mic. See, when I went to the mic then, I was deafened by the round of applause. So the whole stadium at this stage was standing up out of respect, because Liam's image was after appearing on the telly. So I was kind of like that to see the telly, because I was, and then I started playing and they were still clapping. But I received the real footage from Glasgow Celtic TV yesterday, because they have their own television station, so they cut it and sent it to me.
Brilliant.
And you can, the first 3 or 4 words, maybe the first 2 lines, is kind of drowned out by clapping.
Yeah.
But when I finished, and the cheer and the round of applause, and you were on about there, big crowds, right? 60,000, I done 30,000, but we also must remember, we showed up when there was no one. We had gigs pulled, and I remember David Gray one night in an interview saying, I played to one person. So did I.
I did as well.
So destroyed.
I did as well. Yeah, and it was actually a great gig.
And when your man,
they had a great time.
Someone rings and tells them the tickets just aren't going, and we need to reschedule, and you're going, what, there was 100 people came to see me down there last time.
When I finish this now, man, I'm going straight into the roundy inside in town to Coca Club. We do our open mic, and not open mic, it's kind of, what's it called? Low-key comedy on a Wednesday, and I'll go in now, and there might be 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 people inside there on dates or foreign nationals or people just visiting. There'll be hardly anyone from Cork there. It's the middle of the week, and I'll go up there now for 20 minutes and talk stuff that I'm going to try and write for my new show. and it is the hardest part of the whole job, starting all over again. And you have to do it. And like, I think as well, you know, it's less than so now with you, because like you're, you know, when you become established as a musician, you're not going to be going away trying out new songs. You'll be working on them at home and you might put them in between a session, but you have to do that with jokes. You have to be vulnerable all the time with new stories in front of new audiences to cut and cleave them. So I still experience that in front of like small crowds, like 2s and 3s and 8s and 10s and 12s. Sometimes now, I could go into night out, there could be 30 people in there as well. But it's, I think it's what, I hate it, right? Yeah. But I fucking love it as well. Do you know that song? Oh, I hate it and I love it at the same time. I'm the fucking same. That's how I feel about my job. I hate it, but I fucking love it.
I'd be saying, I can't believe I have to drive up here.
Yeah.
Then when I get on the stage, bang. And it's like, it's my escape too. Like, it is like music is the escape. Like, I play every day, I write every day. I'll do it now when I go home after. Or, you know, and I often said, boys, I'm wrecked here. But when I get on that stage then, 2 hours.
Adrenaline, boy.
Stop. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, boy.
# Parrot.
Parrot. Troy Parrot. John Parrot.
Yeah.
I had a fight with me out all one time, she called me a parrot.
Who's a pretty boy now? I presume it's fucking. I presume it's fucking Troy Parrott. I presume it is, like.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's on fire. Yeah. He scored again in the cup last night and got an assist. And for the first time do you follow the Irish soccer?
I do.
I do too. I love Irish. It's my favourite soccer is international soccer, international football. I just fucking feel. I feel we could be going. I don't know. I don't want to
do it.
I wouldn't back against us after the last couple of games. Do you know that kind of way? Like, I couldn't back against us. Like, we're playing Czechia next. They're at home. Shisk is there, as my 9-year-old keeps telling me. Keep him under control and we're fine. And I'm like, all right, Harvey, put your gum shield in there, will you? But like, do you know, like he's like, no, he's like, they're not up to much. And my fella, my little boy Harvey, he's like an absolute encyclopedia of soccer. Like, honest to God, he could name nearly the Czechia team. Like, you know, I feel we'll get over the line against them, and then we're home to possibly Denmark, more than likely Denmark.
That's it, yeah, Denmark, yeah. And that's the big one, isn't it?
I mean, what's the hardest part in soccer? Scoring goals.
Yeah, and we have.
Bene scored as well yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
It was his
first time in 2 years.
I fucking love him. Nemo Rangers.
It was his first.
He's from Nemo Rangers. He played with Nemo Rangers.
I know, but it was his first time in 2 years, is it?
Scoring a goal, but he doesn't score goals for it. But he's just a runner. Like, he's just so hard working.
He had engine on him.
Oh my God, he's fucking amazing. Him, I would have Parrott. I would have Parrott and Ferguson up front, and I'd have him on one wing, and I don't know who I'd have in the other wing. Like, they're talking about Smodics now fucking coming back, but I think he kind of burnt his bridges the last time by not playing in the first game and then playing with the club the weekend. So I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I hope they do. There's fellas on to me for tickets.
There's
only 1,000 tickets. No. So if they see you in company or they see a picture with some fella at a match or something, or that, you know, that might have been a player before or still is a player or something, anyone, and to be on then any tickets. It's like the All-Ireland, isn't it?
Oh man, I was inundated for tickets for the All-Ireland. It's hard to get your own fucking ticket. Honest to God. Where did you watch it?
Crow Park.
I was there as well, yeah. What part of Crow Park?
Behind the goal.
Were you in the
second half?
The Tipperary scoring goal?
Yeah.
Oh, you poor man.
I was just cricking my neck.
Yeah. That was terrible. That was fucking last year, and that's gone now.
It's gone out. Fresh start now. Wipe stay clean. Here we go.
Okay, that concludes Trending Topics with Cornelius. You ready for the hard-hitting questions of the interview?
Let's go for it.
Myles Gaffney, what do you like as a person? What do you like as a human when you're at home, when the door's closed, there's no one around? What do you like?
I have a job anyways, fold the clothes in the tumble dryer. That's my job.
Right.
I play music a lot. I watch matches with my son. I write music every night. That's it. Kind of gave up drinking and smoking and all that back in September. I said I drank once since it just phased out. I was doing it a long time. You know what I mean? 25 years every weekend. I just got fed up with it. That's all I do. I'm just happy. I'm just happy with a guitar, a few instruments, a bit of paper and a biro, and nice clothes, and that's me. And nice grub in the fridge, and that's all I do. I do a lot with my kids. After here now I'm going to collect one of them from work. And the twins.
You got how many kids have you got?
4.
And a set of twins in there as well.
There's Jake and Casey, and then there's the twins are 10. So the other 2 do their own thing. Jake have his own little boy, Tommy. Casey has his own job, and then the twins are still in school, obviously. So all the runnings with them between soccer, hurling,
are busy as well,
camogie, football. She's going to playing football shortly. She wants to do that, boxing and swimming, the usual things. Are
you happy? You sound like you're having that sounds like an idyllic life in a way. Do you know what I mean?
I'm very happy. I have the balance, you see.
Yeah.
So a routine, let's call it. So you'll never catch me after 9:30 at night. Sleep is essential for what we do, I think. And
I'm very bad at sleep.
If you're drinking, I've no problem sleeping. If I didn't get 8 hours sleep every night, I'd be annoyed at myself.
I'm up till 3:30 most nights.
No, jeez.
I just can't sleep. I fucking and then I like my wife's cool. She'd be like, sleep in there now as long as you want. But like I wake up and I just can't. I can't lie down then either. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's
I'm peaceful out. Like I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have.
Yeah.
I'm happy with what I achieved.
Yeah.
To know, and if I never play the gig again,
you'd be ticking off though. You'd be ticking off like if you never. They're like, that's it now. You're not allowed to play any more gigs.
I'm happy out like with what I achieved, and you know my musical heroes, sporting heroes. I know them. You know, Christy Moore rang me there one night, and I couldn't believe who was ringing me. Do you know what I mean? And the kids, right? The kids were all fighting. Right, and the dinner was everywhere. My wife was gone to the gym, and the phone kept ringing, right? And then one of them was going, "Dad, he didn't do his homework." And I was like, "I don't believe this, 7:15 at night, plates everywhere. Your man didn't do his homework." Phone kept ringing, and I kind of answered like, "Hello." I said, "Who's that?"
Is this Myles here? Is it?
It's Christy Moore. I was just about to go, "Will you fuck off and stop annoying me?" You know. But it really was him, and he was on the phone.
Very cool.
That was the first phone call, and he was on the phone for an hour and 10 minutes.
That's
talking about life and songs, and he rang me about that Mother and Baby song actually. The Fallen Mother, yeah. And he said it was one of the finest Irish folk songs he ever heard. Congratulating me on the success of the song, and you know, like this started with a tin whistle for a £5, and look what it brought me. Do you know what I mean?
Where can you get your tin whistles now? That sounds cheap enough.
Back then, they were a £5.
10 off, yeah. I can let them go for 7 up in North Cork, like.
So life's been good, man.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Tell me this, right? Growing up in the north side of Cork City in the 90s.
Yeah, I was born in 1984.
So, like late 90s, early 90s. What was it like for Myles Gaffney? Like, what was it like for you as a teenager going into early adulthood in the north side? Describe what you faced, what things were what was going on in your world.
There was a group of us down at Emission Road. Like, all we could really do was play ball all day. We'd have 3 or 4 matches a day in the summer. There was a shop down the road. We'd venture down there 3 or 4 times a day. It was very simple. We just sat around on the wall and whatever. There was nothing, mad. When I started kind of playing for New Farm, I started making kind of hanging around with fellas on the team above in Knocknaheeny. So I was at this stage kind of going between two different groups of lads. Then you sort of start pushing and all that, like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? That time we used to drink corkies, remember that?
No.
Remember the red square?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
8 cans of it, you'll be awake for a week.
You'd be awake for a week.
Do you remember that?
Would you be fucking awake at all after 8 cans of it, is what I'm wondering.
There was all full of caffeine, sure. It was like Red Bull.
Yeah.
That and on the Corkies, we thought that like if we drank that we couldn't get caught because there's no smell, as in, you know, but you'd always get caught because you couldn't even talk when you got to the door. At the door like that, twisty fried.
Grandmam.
I'm not going to get caught at all. Remember one night I came in and I'd work Saturday morning because that time when I was a teenager I used to work for Coleman, and my nan, God rest her, was babysitting my younger siblings, and I was well steamed up anyway, so I said I'd make my lunch for work. You know, just like I didn't even want it. It was just like to look the part, you know, like Nan. Cut the hand off myself with a knife, man.
To look the part is what's getting me here.
And I was drunk inside the kitchen.
Looks normal here now.
Blood all over the bread and the chicken and everything. I'm grand.
That's just red sauce, Nan.
Bleeding to death. And of course, you have alcohol in it, the blood is worse.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's thinner, isn't it, or something? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, why?
So ball and gat, that's the same as me, man. That's the same as fucking anyone, really, at that age. And it's just all it was for me as well. Growing up in the 90s, the noughties, it was hurling and football, actually, for me. And it was there somewhere we could all go afterwards. Where are we going Saturday night? Who's going out? Are we going back to the Highland? Are we going into town? Trying to get a few cans, trying to get the shift.
Very simple. The same as us, yeah.
A grand old childhood. We're in the middle of this hard-hitting interview, Myles, and the hard questions I've been asked, and you have faced them down brilliantly so far. But this is one that I need to know, and this is something that is imperative that you tell me about today, right? So you have wrote music for some unbelievable people, right? We're naming out a few of them there. Roy Keane is also in there. Paddy Hill from the Birmingham Six. We might talk about that maybe later on. But you had a very famous song for the only Irish dual all-star.
That's right.
Cork legend in hurling and Gaelic football. A Glenmire man. Teddy McCarthy.
That's right. Good friends we were.
Tell me about the song. Tell me about your relationship with Teddy. Yeah. Before you go, I think everyone in Cork, when Teddy passed, every GA person was genuinely saddened, whether they knew Teddy or whether they didn't know him. I didn't know him at all. I only know him from when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, when he was playing hurling and football for Cork from 87 to 91 or 92. And I saw him, win All-Ireland's boat in 1990. And, with the Cork footballers as well then afterwards. And, he was just, he's, obviously, the iconic vision of Teddy is the high-fielding ball with is it Galway men underneath him and sticks all over the place and he's catching it. And,
Tipperary.
Was it Tipperary? Was it?
So
it might have been Tipperary. I can't remember. But it's the catch. It's the
because he was Sars car park, no statue of it.
And I did a gig in Sars recently. They're what a club! What an amazing club! They really are a brilliant club. And the thing about Teddy Mac for me was right that he wasn't. Now people might say that he was right, but he wasn't an athlete in terms of height. Or, he was stocky and he was about 5'10 or 5'11. But by fucking God, could he outfield lads that were 6'1 and 6'2,
Yeah.
And I when we were talking beforehand and you were trying to tell me stories about Teddy, I was like, I stop, I don't want to hear them until the podcast. So I'm interested in that. What was your relationship? Tell us the story.
Growing up, Teddy, Tomas, Tony Sullivan, Mickey Mullins, all them, they were man, so when Cork were doing well and that, they'd come to our school and, we get half days and homework off and stuff when Cork were doing well. And so, growing up to us, they're heroes of ours, sporting heroes, of course they are, and they still are. One day, a fella called Greg Marra gave me a book, because that's another thing I do, I forgot to say every day. I don't watch films or anything like that. It's all educational, documentaries, reading books constantly reading, educating myself, right?
When you're having a wank, so is it magazines, is it?
It's hard to having a wank in a fucking sports book. Huh? So I'm in a hurry.
I don't know, my dad would fucking get me going.
But anyway, what was I saying? So he gave me the book and he said, I think Teddy deserves the song. So I said, all right, I'll have a read off it. At this stage, there was loads of people coming for songs and I was getting kind of fed up of it because it was like they were telling me what to do. But like when he suggested Teddy McCarthy, I was like, do you know what? I have no GAA player in my repertoire. I didn't do anything with GA. We'll have a read off it. I went up home and I read the whole book. It was at Christmas time and I stayed up all night, right? Well, till about 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, reading the book, jotting notes. But while I was reading it, I had wrote the chorus. So I just went to bed for a few hours, got up, and I finished it all off. And then I left it there for about a month, just going over it to make sure that you're satisfied and it's tight. So I rang Ronan Murphy down in the castle in Glenmoire, right? And he says, Ronan, if I send you a home recording, can you give it to Teddy Mac? Because I need his approval you can't just go around singing a song about a fella like without him knowing about it. And he goes, yeah, sorted, yeah, no problem. So then about a day later he texts me, he's like, Teddy McCarthy's looking for your phone number. So I goes, give it to him there. And you know, sometimes I'm on the fence about saying this. I've said it once, twice, not on camera, I know, but this is the first time I'd say it on camera. Teddy McCarthy rang me that night, and he rang me from the toilet inside in Sarah's clubhouse, and Teddy McCarthy was crying on the phone, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is one of the greatest GA players ever in the history of Ireland, and he'll never be matched again. And he was what upset him the most, he told me, was obviously the referral of his mother in the song and a fella called Mickey Barry. Mickey Barry was from Glenmoire, involved in SARS, and he bought Teddy McCarthy his first pair of boots because Teddy's father died young and there was a lot of them there, like, you know. And this man, Mickey Barry, kind of nurtured him. And I think that Jack Lynch, the Taoiseach, used to call down to this chap Mick Barry, and Teddy would be running around trying to get noticed, you know, whatever, with the hurley. And he was, apparently Jack Lynch said one day, come here, who's he? She'd be fine player one of the days, you know, and little did they know that it was Jack Lynch who came into the dressing room after he'd done the double, because Teddy left the team that day and went down the tunnel on his own. Because he knew, his son Niall told me that Teddy went down the tunnel in Crow Park after winning the double because he knew that the whole show would be a Teddy McCarthy show, the double winner, and he wanted the team to enjoy it, and he didn't want to be swamped by the media, you know.
Wow.
But and I just that was the beginning of me and Ted. Then you're on about jumping up, right? We went to this thing one night with Liam McCarthy and Sam Maguire. And I said to my dad, like, do you want to come and sit down and have a couple of pints with Teddy and get to know him? He loved that. He said, Teddy McCarthy, a legend. So off we went in. After a while, and we were sitting down, the three of us together. The show was over. And my dad said, come here, Teddy. He said, how in the name of God, boy, did you get up that high? Teddy, like Elias, and I tell you one thing, Johnny said he took the picture of me when I was coming down.
Oh,
good, isn't it?
Brilliant.
As he
Brilliant.
said, took the picture of me when I was coming down. We were laughing. But I have some great stories about him. I tell you, actually, him and Larry Tompkins, right? And I have another story about Larry, right? Me and my wife went in to see the Furies, Finbar Fury, inside the Opera House. So it was over anyway, and like Grace wanted to get a picture taken with Finbar, so we got that sorted, and we were going out to Blackpool, and they said, look, we'll go into Larry's for one or two, and then we go to Blackpool for the music. So when I went in the door of Larry's, I gave Grace the money, and I said, Carl, pay for the drink there, I'm up to the toilet. So as I was walking through Larry Tompkins, there was a little chicane, like a little nook, and when I was walking past, Larry went, "Oh, boys, look who it is," he said. "It's Teddy McCarthy's love child," right? And like a light boy, I turned around and I said, "That's right, Larry," I said. "And always remember, I don't write songs about fellas in Kildare." Well, there was a burst of laughter. He was sitting like this looking at me as if to say, "You fuck off." But I know the story about the two of them.
The equaliser they used to call Larry. What a footballer.
Another story about the two of them, what I've been told was that it was the night before the All-Ireland final, I think. It was the All-Ireland final actually, anyway, and they were going to the pictures, and Larry said he saw the film and Teddy said he saw it as well, but they all knew Teddy was lying, like he didn't see any film, he had no interest in going watching the film. So all the team apparently anyway went off down to the pictures, and the two boys were inside the hotel on opposite sides. Larry went over to Teddy and he says, "We go for a walk," not a bother. So they were going down O'Connell Street or whatever, and they went into a pub, and Larry said, "What do you want, Ted?" He said, "I'll have a pint." And Larry got a water. So next call anyway, Teddy got a pint, Larry got the water, whatever, calling to him for us. They were on the 5th pint anyway. And Larry said to him, "Teddy, we're playing an All-Ireland final tomorrow. Shut up, we're only playing Mayo." Apparently, no, that's what I was told.
Oh, fucking hell.
And you know what? I meant to text Tomas Mulcahy coming out to say, "Am I right to say that?" Because like Tomas is extremely, extremely good to me.
Yeah.
I have to acknowledge Tomas Mulcahy, an absolute gentleman, and has been in my corner.
Winning captain in 1990.
Yeah, all the time in my corner. Tomas, if I ever needed help, Tomas, you don't know your man, or you know, and I do the same for him.
That's great, man.
But
it's great when you have
to give Mulcahy a bit of acknowledgement here. And himself and Ted were first tight.
Yeah. The Glen. And he's the Glen. Sure, Tomas Mulls is Glen, isn't he?
Yeah. And I tell you, I was out in Spain and I was walking up with my son up the strip, right? And Ted's funeral was on the Saturday, because I sang his song for him when he was being lowered into the ground at the graveside.
Hell, man.
And I was walking up over in Spain with my son, just trying to pass away an hour. And there was a fella sitting outside a bar, and this fella said, "Hey, are you Myles Gaffney?" And I said, "I am, yeah." He said, "Do you know you singing," he said, "at Teddy McCarthy's funeral on Saturday?" I said, "That was me, yeah." He said, "You do know," he said, "that was probably a bigger honour than singing at the funeral of Christy Ring." And it was only then it dawned on me. Like, I was singing as Ted, the man I knew, as a kind of a friend, and to give him a bit of honour, and I appreciated him while he was here, so on. But these fellas, and I said to myself, "Geez, I didn't think of that at all," of how big that moment actually was.
Yeah.
Did you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I totally get it. And I like, you know, it's a cool thing to have. Like, it's a real sad moment in Cartier, but it's a really cool thing to be involved in that actual process. Like, that's your grieving process, but it's a real tribute to a friendship as well. And it's immortalised. That song is immortalised now. Do you know what I mean? Which is fucking no mean feat, man. Yeah. No mean feat. We have to move on. We have to move on. What's the plan for the future?
It's the plan for the future.
Where's Myles Gaffney's here now today, right? He's flying it. He's going well. You're on tour at the moment. If you want to buy tickets to any of your shows or come and see you, your website is www.milesgaffneymusic.com.
All the tickets are available from Eventbrite.
We'll put a link to your website in the description of this episode. So if you want to go and see Myles, and he's all over the country, I was looking at your thing, you're all over the place, like.
Yeah.
Go onto his website and go out and support a proper Cork folk legend, genuinely. But that's now, right? That's what you're doing now. Have you, now, you might be doing the exact same thing now in 5 years' time and be just as happy, right? Because you are a very happy man. But have you any ambition beyond what you're doing now, or are you just happy with what you have?
I am happy out, but what I'm going to do is what I'm doing is I'm going to do what I actually set out to do. Got sidetracked to many different roads along this journey. I went down that road and this road, came back in. But this was always about Ireland. It was always about my people. It was always about the culture, the tradition. And I'm going to take it forward. I have my own songs, and I have the favourite Irish songs that I love singing. You know, there's some songs I wrote that they're just not for me. I can pitch them afterwards to publishers that they're not going to be wasted or anything. But now is the time for me to go and sing the songs of Ireland and our people and celebrate who we are. Because we're in trouble, lads. We're in trouble when it comes to our culture, and we need to keep it alive. And we keep, as you said, new stuff.
How do you mean we're in trouble with our culture, and how can we keep it alive? That we're not. How can we do more?
Censor. Everything.
Censor what?
So the word rebel song, let's say, right? That's a term given to label a person. I will never ever say this is a rebel song. They're folk songs. They're real. They're about real people, and they happened. The rebel thing all came in about the 60s and the 70s, when things were kicked off above in the north. And that was the term rebel, and banning such songs like the Patriot Game and all these songs was to quell support for the nationalist movement in the 6 counties of the occupied 6 counties of Ireland. So that's always been tarnished. So, like you had the Limerick Hurler saying sorry for singing Sean Suff and Gary Owen, am I right? Something happened anyway. And
wasn't that the fucking the ladies football team?
Something, and then you had the Irish soccer team with the Celtic Symphony in the dressing room. It was uproar over that.
Great tune though.
But sure, like if you listen to Celtic Symphony, I've seen solicitors, guards, doctors, you name it, at the end of the night like that, like up the do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
If you can't get a crowd going with the Celtic Symphony,
you want to bring back the Ra.
Guitar.
Let's do it.
No, but look,
head of the Ra. I'll do the social media.
But look,
Myles is the head.
Them songs anyway. Some of them, not all of them, but like it's just the label, man.
So are you like
people don't want to be associated with it then at the same time?
I get what you're saying, and I also am quite sensitive to the fact that earlier on you didn't want to talk about, you know, like certain topics. So I don't want to push too hard here. But like, are we talking about like music, like along the lines of the Wolf Tones, that kind of, with that kind of messaging going through it, with that?
So I'm Wolf Tones all my life. I have I know every single song. The Wolf Tones really have about 12 of those type songs.
Okay.
Gary Owen, Celtic Symphony, Boys of the Old Brigade, Black and Tans, The Man from Mullingar. But if you bring up their albums, Wolf Tones are beautiful songs. Loch Shield and Eviction, Give Me Your Hand.
I miss it. I absolutely, I love the Wolf Tones. Yeah. They're coming to the INEC in August.
That's right.
I'm going to try and go. I do genuinely, and I love their music, and I love like Sean South. I fucking sang it. Celtic Symphony. Yeah. I've been in cars roaring it out. Love that music. But I'm talking about you now. Is that the type, those 12 type songs, is that the type of song that you are trying to get out of you?
Oh, no. Like, I have my balance. So I have me own, we say, my thing is, no, I have me own 8 to 10 strong folk songs. But come up the 3 Grammy ones, so on. I have one called Sean Foster that I done with Joe Duffy. Done Paddy Hill with Paddy, and there's another couple as well that I have, right? And then I just blend in my show all the other songs I gathered and collected all down through the years. Do you know? And there's a lot of them there.
Are you going to release an album or anything? Is that on the?
I have 3 albums out, like, but they're mostly original. So on the 16th of February, I'm doing one of the songs I like to sing. You know, the song for Ireland. I love singing the song for Ireland. I might do Gary on. I don't know, but what can I say? It comes from within me. The deliverance of the song, and and I could pick one at any time. I don't use set lists at all. I just say this is what we're playing now, and that's it. Whatever I see in the audience, whatever the reaction is, whatever the mood is, this is what we're doing now.
You'll amplify it.
You just pick the right song for the right moment.
It's I was in a pub in, I want to say, it was in the north anyway. I want to say it was, I think it was Tyrone with Chris Kent, and there was a singer singing up the bar. There was hardly anyone in the pub, maybe about 12 people in the pub, and it was clearly a Catholic pub, we'll call it, right? Clearly a Catholic pub. But the singer who was singing up at the start said, "Does anyone have any objection if I sing I think it was Sean South and a few Rebel songs. But you had to actually ask it, which I could not get my fucking brain around. Yeah. Can you imagine down here having to say, is this okay if I sing fucking Sean South, which is I've sang it at sessions with my friends who are, as you say, solicitors, bankers, normal people is what I would consider. I couldn't get over it, having to ask permission to sing it. So is that something that you've encountered when you've been abroad?
Oh yeah, listen, I've showed up to places. No, not now, but at the beginning, I showed up to places. I showed up one night and a fella said to me, "Come here," he said, "I heard you have a notorious reputation." I said, "For what?" He said, "I heard you're inclined to drive a crowd mad with rebel songs." I said, "I don't sing rebel songs." I said, "I sing folk songs because I won't give him the sod of it." And I started off nice and mellow, and then I was just looking at everyone. They were just waiting for the whole, do you know? I just looked at the man, I said, "Fuck." Bang! The pub erupted, they were rolling around the ground and all. There was fellas marched home that night. They were all going away to fight for Ireland. Yeah, it's just, man, there's kind of a label, and some places want it and some don't. Some people want the crowd and some people just want a nice relaxed night. But lucky for me, I can do 2 type shows. Fellas I recorded there now down Yall and Clarecastle there, they said, that's the thing about you. You can go in and you can give them the whole jump around the dance floor all night and all hands around each other in a bog of sweat. And then you can also go in, sit down in a little room with 100 seats and tell them all the stories and all that and still have a great show. And that's the tour is going to be like that, There's some venues where I know they're up for it. They're up for the chant. They're up for the sing-song. They're up for the good night. Yeah. And then there's ones then where I know that it's going to be the real kind of theatre setting.
Amazing, man. Amazing. As I said, if you are interested in going to see Myles, please go to his website. We're going to put a link into the website, into the description of this podcast anyway. Do go out and see him. He's actually unbelievable. Myles, unfortunately, you have been sentenced to death for a crime you did not commit, and you are meeting your maker tomorrow morning via guillotine. There's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can say, it's just done. However, the jailer saw you playing football out in Mahon years ago and thought you were a tidy midfielder and has felt sorry for you, so he's going to give you a starter, a main course and a dessert. You normally just get the main course. You can have anything you want, you can have anything to drink as well. What are you having for your starter?
Prawns.
Fucking everyone's on the fucking prawns in this podcast. Motherfuckers.
Prawns, right? Up on top of a nice bit of crispy lettuce. The cocktail sauce, the pink sauce up on top of it, and a lemon so I can squeeze up on top of it. And I ate the pips and all.
Would you eat the eyes?
I ate the whole lot.
Fucking savage.
Pip and all out of the lemon, I guess.
The pip out of the lemon and everything.
The whole lot.
The skin of the lemon and the whole lot, all the way down. Straight through, good for you. So you're having that? You're having a little bit of an aperitif with that, then you have a little drink with that. You can have a drink. You're going tomorrow. You may as well.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if we're going down, do you know what? I go back to me teenage years and I get a 2 litre of the devil's bit.
Which are prawns.
Oh, it was like battery acid. Oh, man. Do you remember the devil's bit?
To take the fucking enamel off your teeth, man. It was, it was either that or Linden Village, man. They were the two, And you had remember you had the big fat bottle of it. They had there was a mineral as well that had the big fat bottle.
We went through Tucker's Field on the Friday trying to hide it under your jacket. It was like trying to hide the cake.
It was as big as a fucking cake. All right, so you're having the prawns with the lettuce, the lemon, the whole thing's going down. You're washing that down with the devil's bit. All right, we're on to the main course. We'll say you don't go through the whole devil's bit. We'll say you're saving yourself. We'll keep half of it for after. Yeah. What are you having for your keep half of it?
What are we having for what?
Keep half of that, boy. We'll have that later.
Yucks.
Put that away there. Put that away there, will you? Put that away. Shh. Put that under your jacket there, will you? Shut up. Go on, he didn't see nothing. What are you having? What are you having for your main course?
I'd have is stuffed pork steak.
Okay, that's new now. That's fucking new. It's disgusting, but it's new.
Right.
A stuffed pork what?
Stuffed pork steak, boy.
What are you stuffing that with?
What?
What are you stuffing with?
Breadcrumbs and thyme and all that.
Yeah.
Onions,
Like, stuffing,
mushrooms,
of course, yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Whatever they give me. And then I'd have to have a stewed apple up on top of it.
A full stewed apple?
Sure, might as well
Yeah,
eat
I
the whole
suppose
lot
you're
of it,
going, yeah, may as well, yeah.
And then
the core, the whole lot. Fucking.
no gravy, no nothing like that. And I'd have a few roast then.
Okay.
Carrots and a bit of broccoli.
Yeah, the same carrots you were peeling for Christmas back then. So carrots, gravy.
No gravy.
Sorry, carrots, roast, potatoes, stuffed pork. You can have anything you want now. Like, this is what you're going with. Carrots,
Broccoli. Roast poppies. The meat, the stuffing, the apple. Okay. Whatever, like, a few Brussels sprouts, whatever, peas.
What do we have to drink with that then? The other half of the bottle.
I have a quarter of the devil's
You have the quarter. Save
one quarter
for later. Save a little bit for later. Okay, so what do you want? You're on to your dessert, so what are you having with your dessert?
Desserts. I would have strawberries and vanilla ice cream, right? And then I'd have a box of Jaffa cakes, and a pint of milk.
You can have it, man.
That's what I'd have. And
Yeah.
then
Now to all come back up after the Linden Village.
I'd throw the devil's bit down the top and then it'll kill me away.
You'll be dead in the morning anyway.
Shook me down straight away, lads, because I could have vomited all over the place.
Vanilla ice cream and strawberries is lovely.
Yeah, simple.
It is, but it's lovely. Yeah. Myles, it's been absolutely wonderful having you on the podcast, right? I noticed you brought your guitar with you.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, would you play us out?
We will, of course, bye.
All right. What'll you do?
Or we'll have to do Teddy Mac tonight, right? We'll have to do Teddy Boy, a big GA man like yourself. A big Cork fan. I think you would appreciate it.
I'd love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Myles Gaffney playing
Teddy Boy.
Teddy Boy.
Teddy Boy grew up in hard times, always the talk of the sidelines. Born with a God-given gift to play GA championship, up to school and then Armagh, vouched by Shawnee Farrell, Donal O'Grady and Marty Murph. He captain and he'd win the Dr. Hardy Cup. From Glanmire, Killy and SARS came Teddy McCarthy, Cork's jewel star. In hurling and in football, he made history. In the All-Ireland final of 1990, in the same year as to be admired, he lifted Liam McCarthy and the Sam Maguire. Always the apple of his mother's eye. Cork's jewel rebel Teddy Boy. As a young lad, he could challenge men. In 84 faced emigration, but Beamish and Crawford answered Teddy's woes because the rebel county needed Teddy at home. With Tim Osmond and Jim Cashman, Jimmy Barry Murphy, Billy Morgan, representing the red and white, they played GA pitches worldwide. In attack, midfield and fullback, leaping out of his skin was Teddy Mac. In hurling and in football, he made history. In the All-Ireland final of 1990, in the same year as to be admired, he lifted Liam McCarthy and the Sam Maguire. Always the apple of his mother's eye. Cork's you a rebel, Teddy boy. Against Galway, Mayo, Mead and Derry, he was always ready to bury Kerry. On the day he donned the double, he ran down Croke Park's tunnel. Under the Hogan stand, far from the crowd, Jack Lynch whispered, Teddy, you should be so proud. A dual All-Ireland champion, will we ever see the like of Teddy again? Thank Mickey Barry and his humble roots for buying Teddy Mac his first pair of boots. In hurling and in football, he made history. In the All-Ireland final in 1990, in the same year, is to be admired, he lifted Liam McCarthy and Sam Maguire. Always the apple of his mother's eye. Cork's you a rebel, Teddy boy, Teddy boy. Always the apple of his mother's eye. Teddy boy.
Absolutely outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please go and see this man live. He is all heart, he is all soul, and he is pure 100% Cork. Myles Gaffney, all the links, everything about this man is in the description to this podcast. Thank you so much, Myles. You're a gentleman and a scholar, boy, and we'll have you back again. God bless you. Staying by the wall. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.